So the reason that you've clicked on this video is you're wondering why are you so inconsistent in Rocket League. I've kind of compiled the best ways that I thought would help with consistency. The best, there's not like one answer to this question. A lot of people are just different. A lot of people like don't find it as hard to be consistent. This is the best ways that I found to do this. It's just a couple. I just thought I would talk about some of them. So one of the best ways is warming up, man. A lot of people can't be bothered with warm ups, and I do get it to a point. A lot of people are busy and stuff, but you kind of have to warm up to actually expect yourself to play like at your best and consistently. It's just it's one of those things. It's like you kind of have to do the boring stuff to make the fun stuff even better, if that makes sense. So the fun stuff is going up ranks and playing good and scoring cool goals. The boring stuff is shooting the ball 30 times at the net and wall dashing constantly for 15 minutes straight, something like that. You know, not maybe don't do that one actually. That's a bit pointless in a way because wall dashing isn't really that important unless you're like top level. But yeah, warming up, and I did actually make a warm up guide on my channel. If you would like some way to warm up, I won't talk about it in depth, but just pick any training pack, and do it 10-15 minutes before you come on. Pick what you want to do that day, type thing. Like pick what you want to practice. For me, right now it's probably wall dashing. That's kind of why I was talking about that. That's kind of what my main thing that I've been practicing these days. The second way of being to help with your like consistency in the game is solo queuing, and it's so a lot of people do already solo queue. A lot of people do, but unfortunately, if the chances are if you're playing with someone, then they might be a higher rank than you. Maybe not. You might be the higher rank, right? But the comms and stuff help a lot in Rocket League. If you're able to play with anyone, basically, the whole point, if you can play with anyone, then by default your consistency has to be higher than a lot of people. If you have a teammate that they'll pick up your mistakes a little bit, like a good teammate, you know what I mean, like your friend or whatever, they can pick up your mistakes. There's no like desire to be consistent there. In a way, like there definitely can be, but I know for a fact that solo queuing is a far better way of doing it. It's I don't know. That takes that method takes a little bit longer. That's more of like a build up type of thing. So the more you solo queue, the more on average consistent that you'll get. So that's what I would recommend. Just solo queue, all game modes, mainly twos though. If you're lower than GC, definitely solo queue twos a lot, and you'll notice a difference. So the third way I would say to be consistent is actually just like the way I think about it is like, why are pros so consistent? They're never not warm on the game, and the reason they're not warm is because they're never like cold on the game is because they literally they play it like 6 to 8 hours every day. We have jaded expectations for pros. We think like, why are they so good? But you've got to remember that they sit and play all day. Every day, 6 to 8 hours a day, they play. And if some of you are doing that, playing 6 to 8 hours a day, and you're not like going up ranks really quickly, I would be really, really surprised. And you must be doing something horribly wrong for that to be the case. You've got to put it into perspective of that is their job. They're playing that every single day for 8 to 10 hours, 6 to 10 hours, whatever it is, a day. Right, so you can't have this expectation that you're going to be go on and be as consistent as them. It's not possible unless you're playing that much. If you were to play 6 to 8 hours a day for a while, you 100% your consistency would go up a lot, but it's also not that healthy to do that. And if you're not wanting to go pro, there's not really much point. It's just, it's not that realistic for you. If you're just gonna play only a couple hours a day, it's not enough, unfortunately. The last way I would recommend to be consistent is playing ones. I would definitely recommend ones because that's just another, like, it's basically the same as solo queuing. Is pretty much the exact same as solo queuing in a way. You are just solo queuing for yourself, and it really does. It does teach you the more inconsistent you are, the more you're gonna get punished. It's a good thing, but it's obviously quite a hard. It's a lot harder than just solo queuing twos, but that's also why it's more effective. If you know what I mean. Like you see much more improvement playing ones than you would with any other game mode, actually, not just solo queue. But I like solo queue twos and threes. But I would definitely recommend that. That is a huge thing. Is 1v1, man. That is an absolute huge thing. I've not got GC in ones right now, but I did get it the other night there, and I could just feel myself being more consistent. I was more solid, getting better shots, like better touches. I was also playing a lot smarter. So I would 100% recommend doing that if you really think, if you really want to like get better and more consistent. That's what I would recommend. So the four things that I've mentioned in this video, just focus on them for a little bit, and you know what I mean. Put the time in, and you will become more consistent. Honestly, not to like harp on about it, but the thing with the pros where they get to play 8 to 10 hours a day, like no wonder they're so warm all the time. Like no wonder they never actually have a bad day because they, you know what I mean. And that's the thing. See if a pro took like a couple weeks off, yes, they would still be at a high level, much higher, but they would actually be rusty for a couple days. 100%, they would be not playing things absolutely spot on. Like I guarantee that. And you hear pros say all the time, like I think it was Squishy. He was like he took like a week off. He went on holiday or something like that, and then he was like, I'm sorry if I'm playing a bit rusty. I'm just back on the game type thing, and that's him saying that with like 20k hours. You can't expect to be consistent if you're not playing, all the time. It's just not you like. There is a degree of consistency you'll have if you play a little bit, and it's different for everyone. But for me, I need to be playing a game all the time. A lot of people can play it a bit less and get the same results. It's just how it is. It's how people function. A lot of people are just lucky in that way. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not unlucky, but I'm definitely not lucky with it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please leave a like and sub to the channel. I hope this video, these ideas helped you. A lot of them seem pretty obvious, but sometimes it just takes someone to tell you them. And you're like, oh, that makes like total sense. Like a lot of things just start making sense when someone says something to you. Sometimes it doesn't really work like that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.